Hey, what's up, people? It's time for us to do this again. Well, me and Lucky Liv have been working very hard at Saucers.Space over the past few days. In fact, I think it's been more than a week since our last update. This is obviously very irregular for us. Previously, we were updating pretty much almost every day, but this last update is a doozy. I'm just gonna flash the pending changelog on the screen. Now we're going to be adding a few more features other than this, but this is by far the largest update that we have scheduled. The reason for the huge update? Well, after this, we are going to be doing some major advertising for the game, so we want to make sure that it is in tip-top shape. So we're really sorry to keep everyone waiting, but I think it'll be really worth it, and I kind of like the format of these giant updates because it allows us to take on some bigger challenges. The first major change to the gameplay is that I've added a new game mechanic where if you are not currently using a tractor beam and you push the Q or E keys, a tractor beam will be added to the left or right hand side of your ship based on the direction you are moving. This will anchor your ship to space and allow you to pivot on a dime. This is a very difficult feature to master, but it is a useful tool for skilled players. Very useful for dodging, and if you're trireme, you can use it even for your attack, and you can even use it while you're shooting in a different direction. So I'm really looking forward to just putting this in the hands of players and seeing what people can do with it. I'm still not very good at using it, but hopefully I'll get better by watching some of you guys. Oh, and speaking of triremes, we've added a new little mini animation for when two triremes crash into each other, and in addition to that, there's a lot of other little mini graphics updates. For example, with the mini map and so on. The biggest update of all is going to be the new Domination game type that we'll be releasing. This is a 2-team game type, and actually there are 3 teams, but one of them is an AI team, and you have to defeat the AIs and then try to take over all of the bases that are defended by these giant turrets. Which, I mean, hey, you have to admit, these are some pretty good looking turrets. So what, you beat these bad boys up and then you repair them, and then they're all of a sudden friendly towards you and they protect you. Oh, and another thing is that while the turrets are repaired, they will spawn bots that will help your team. The bots are currently not programmed to protect the large turrets, but they will be. But it will be scheduled for a future update. We were doing some testing in the development server with a few people, and this game type is absolutely insane. It is crazy fun when you're playing with other players. It can get a little tedious when you're playing by yourself though, so that's why we gotta get more players, and I'm trying to do everything I can to make sure that the game is really fun and making the mechanics fun to play and whatever, so it's a whole process. Now, a few of you were lucky enough to get to play on the dev server, and if you haven't, then maybe if you were in the Discord, you might have seen some screenshots of this, or maybe you just seen it from Fofo's video. As far as I know, he's the only one that made a video on this. But basically, it was a 9-room labyrinth where you would fly through each room and try to dominate each base. But we're actually going to be completely scrapping that, so yeah, all of that work is going to be for nothing. But maybe we can reuse the labyrinth structure in the future for kind of a smaller maze structure. It's just that it was a little claustrophobic, and I just had this profound longing to fly free with the other spaceships. But I realized that there wasn't a lot of room to do things like swing asteroids around, and it was a little cramped, especially when we were expecting a lot of new people to visit the site. So we wanted something that would be big enough that I wouldn't have to come and redesign the map if a lot of new people started visiting the website. But the new map is 4 times bigger, and we can make it pretty much as big as we want at this point. Now, the limitation is just that it increases the amount of data that needs to be downloaded by every client, but that's really just a one-time, like you visit the site, you download the map, and then that's it. So it's not really a big deal. And this map is 100% procedurally generated. That means that all of the structures and everything is generated automatically by code, and everything is like in a random location and a random orientation. If you're familiar with Surviv, Surviv does something very similar where they place the structures automatically. Now obviously I know what you're thinking, this game is going to be way cooler than Surviv, so why am I even comparing the two? And then after that, the second most common question that you might be asking is, what kind of cool structures are we going to have in Saucers.Space? I will show you. Well, first of all, we have these standard octagonal bunkers complete with windows. These are completely configurable and customizable by me. They come in all different shapes and sizes. They come in different rotations. You'll never know what you find. Sometimes there'll be Easter eggs or surprises inside of them. This standard octagonal bunker is essential for all of your camping needs, and it can be yours if the price is right. Another really cool thing that I've added is black holes. Black holes have been on the to-do list for this game for quite some time, and I finally got around to it. and let me tell you, black holes are pretty awesome. Right now the AI are a little stupid and they will fall into the black holes, but I'm going to be changing that very soon. Things like this are really the reason that updates take a little longer now that the game is a little bigger and has a lot more stuff in it, because every time I add a little feature like black holes, I have to worry about things like whether or not it's going to break the AI or something else that's completely unrelated. Oh yeah, and another thing is that asteroids can now be destroyed, which is pretty cool to watch. Kind of a funny feature is that when the haunted asteroid bonus ship gets destroyed, it will also break into smaller asteroid fragments. Anyway guys, I could go on and on. There's a lot of stuff to talk about in this update, but I'll just let you discover it on your own when I upload it. I think this update is going to make the game a lot more fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing all the traffic it attracts. Now I want to take a moment to talk about the Kickstarter. Now the Kickstarter hasn't been an astounding success up until right now, and I'm still confident that we will be successful with the Kickstarter. I think one of the problems is that I expected a little bit more from Kickstarter as a platform to promote our game. Anyway, that's fine. Once this update is out, I'm going to be advertising the game, and hopefully that'll get us some more backers, and if not backers, then hopefully it'll get us some more players. If you have not backed us already, please consider backing us. Even if this Kickstarter is successful, we've still lost money because we don't have any other income while we're working on this, and the amount that we're raising doesn't even cover our cost of rent. But every little bit counts, so back us. And if you need an incentive to back us, Liv is going to be eating some very spicy peppers, and she'll be doing this as a live stream either on her Twitch channel or on Kickstarter Live. Now I've told her this is a very bad idea. Nobody wants to see a grown woman cry, but she insists that this is the best way to raise money for our Kickstarter, so I'm gonna let her do that. Now I was out the other day trying to find some spicy peppers, and I was looking around at Kensington Market, and if you ever visit Toronto, I would highly recommend visiting Kensington Market, but don't go at night because that's when all the weirdos come out. But if you do go during the day, because there are more people during the day, it makes it statistically less likely that you will be the one that gets harassed. Anyway, I was able to find some spicy peppers, but like these are the types of spicy peppers that I would give to a baby. Actually that's not really saying much. These are peppers that the average person would find edible. So obviously I'm gonna have to go out and find some new peppers. I'm looking for some Trinidad scorpions or maybe some ghost peppers, but they are a little bit hard to find in Toronto, so I'll be out searching for them, and we will notify everyone probably via video and by Discord when Liv decides to consume said peppers. But believe me, these are going to be some real peppers. And Liv is very desperate to get this Kickstarter off the ground, so if you bribe her, I'm sure she will consume a lot of very spicy peppers. Anyways guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Make sure you back our Kickstarter and subscribe for more Bizorke.